Melissa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start this one off by reading an email. Uh, it's email, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Emails! It says, we let you down. Let us make it up to you with a great deal. Click the button below to receive a special offer. Sincerely, Domino's. Melissa, Pizza Lord is back in business and still getting that money, if you know what I mean.
Back on top, the crown is yours. How many pizzas do you have now?
I was finally able to order pizza for the first time today since well, I guess since this year I haven't been able to do this stuff.
First pizza of the year.
Well, not first pizza of the year, but first Domino's pizza of the year. If you guys have been following along to the captain's log
This is
of
our
previous
greatest
weeks,
saga.
yeah, it's an ongoing saga. Pizza Lord, have been ruling over the dominion of pizza. I am a good king, a fair king. But for some reason, my Domino's store just wouldn't do delivery. There's been a couple times where I've been able to, and then something went wrong, and they were like, hey, like, we'll give you a $20 credit or something. I had some gift cards from Christmas. I have now used the entirety of that $30 gift card. I still have the $20 credit that's attached to my phone number if I call in. Just be like, hey, there's a credit attached to this new number. But they've botched deliveries twice. And so they have also given me 60 points of their like Domino's points, which is a full pizza. Like, you can redeem that for a full pizza. And so I've gotten that twice now.
Oh my God.
So I have 2 free pizzas I can still get, plus that $20.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's also like, because I got pizza today. I still got my pizza.
Yeah.
But I'll more on that in a sec. But I don't know if that 60 points is in addition to me, like, because they normally give you like, hey, if you spend $15, you get 20 points. And so or it's like 10 points or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, did I get that 60 plus the 10? I don't know. We'll find out in the continuing adventures of Pizza Lord. Find out next time, kids.
I gotta get a food that I'm in charge of, I want to be like the Kalachi Duchess.
Duchess Kalachi. It's fantastic. But yeah, so first time finally being able to order pizza after just being locked out of my fortune for a month.
Finally, you've got like liquid assets, and that liquid is like
money to
gooey, melty mozzarella. You've done
it. Exactly. So I ordered pizza today at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I got my pizza 2 hours later.
That's a film.
And like the worst thing is, like, the first time that they botched it, everything seemed fine, and then it went out for delivery, and it was like the Domino's GPS thing, and I could see the guy just stopped. He had been there for a long time. It's like, okay, he's not moving. And that's when I eventually got the call. It's like, yeah, hey, our driver got a flat tire. He's not going to be able to make your delivery and stuff like that. And then they were like, here's a free pizza for next time.
Yeah.
But so then this one, I put in the order, and it's like, okay, great, we got your order.
Well, what's it this time?
It was basically the same thing: ham and pepperoni on my pizza, and their cinnamon twists. Which, by the way, I don't like their cinnamon twists as much as I used to like their cinnamon breadsticks, because those were long and thin and could fit in the dipping cup.
Okay,
but now they're like
I
these
understand.
like knots, like garlic knots, but they're the cinnamon knots, and they don't fit in the cup to get the icing. So it's just like, what is the point of this?
I have to spread this on with a butter knife like a peasant,
right? What am I, a plebeian? I am pizza lord. But yeah, so I saw it.
I'm just picturing like somebody like standing over to the side waving you with like a giant fan, but it's a pizza. It's a pizza
shaped fan.
And like there's somebody there like feeding you grapes directly into your mouth, but instead it's like tiny bulbs of mozzarella cheese.
That's the life. That's what I want most in life. It's gonna be great. But yeah, so I put my order in, and it's like, great, we got it. I forget the guy's name, but it was like, Nick is preparing your order at 6:31 p.m. And it stayed on that for
Nick,
like
come on,
50 minutes.
No.
Like they hadn't even put my pizza in the oven for 50
so it's
whole
just
minutes.
Sitting on the counter, wet.
Just a big sopping pile of wet dough.
Just raw, damp dough on a counter.
Yeah. I was just like, do I like there's a button to report an issue. And I hit that button, and it was like, oops, something went wrong. Your thing hasn't been made yet, so there's no issue yet. And I was just like, all right, fuck you guys. And then it got to be like, it finally got out of the oven, and again, it was heading there for like 20 minutes. So I was this close to texting Pizza Hut. Or not texting them, because I don't have their number, but tweeting them and being like, at Pizza Hut, at Domino's can't get my order to me. I will pay you double if you can make me a pizza and get it to me before them. Like I was about to just be like,
you're just going to start a battle royale,
right? Like, they can't deliver. Can you? Like, I don't know. Wild stuff. I finally got pizza. Thank God. So, how has your week been, Melissa?
It was good. I baked a big cake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Cake sounds great.
It was my boss's birthday at work, and it's
Nice.
my job to bring her cake, not just because I am a loyal employee who wants to succeed, but also because I had the last birthday, so it is my job. This is how the cycle goes. And so every year, all the 2 years where it's been my birthday immediately preceding hers, because I think there was somebody in between us, but I don't know. They're not here anymore. They got removed. I don't remember. So I bake her these big old birthday cakes. This year, dark chocolate cake, raspberry frosting, 3 layers, tall,
That's
straight,
super fancy.
graceful. Yeah, it was.
I'm impressed.
I mean, it's no Food Network, but I'm trying. I think it's my greatest work to date. Layers are even, sides are real straight. It got tall. I don't know. It's difficult to describe a cake to an audience who cannot eat the cake.
It's it's a cake.
You know, cake. Moist. It's pink because of the raspberries. I'm just trying to do this and I'm realizing like what a futile measure this is. They can go to my Instagram, they can look at the cake.
I mean, you can talk about how long you slaved over it, how you had to like stack them up perfectly. One bit looked like he was about to tear when you were spreading the icing, and you were like, "Oh no, you don't."
That is a risk. This is a moist cake.
Yeah. That's the risk. When you bake a cake, there are risks involved.
Please, you always have to practice safe cakes. Put your cake strips on. Put down your Pam. Put down your parchment paper. Get that oven timer in so you know you are exactly at 300 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 81 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Spurringer. We're here to talk about whatever we want. Joining me on the opposite side of the computer screen here is Melissa Wilkinson.
It is me. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Besides baking the cake, how else has your week been? Have you been up to anything new, or is it just typical week?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just cake. I bake cake.
It's just cake all the time.
Oh, this is my life now. Like, I cook and I watch cooking videos and I clean my apartment a lot. I'm here to tell you folks, cleaning is good. It's good for your soul.
Yeah.
Like, I made it my goal this year, and this is something I've always been fine at, but I'm like, we're going to stop being fine and we're going to be good at this. Like, all my dishes are going away. I'm not going to let dishes sit in or around the sink for that long. Like 24 hours max, and then they got to get moved. And that's if I'm busy. So I'm just constantly in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm putting the dishes away. I'm putting them in there. I'm prepping meals. I am wiping down the countertops. I'm wiping down the inside of the sink because I read somewhere that that's where the most germs live. And then I got frightened. So now I do that like once a week.
Okay. And so I was listening to a podcast. I guess it was yesterday. I listened to podcasts all the time, but the one in particular that I'm talking about, I was listening to yesterday, and they were talking about someone that they met that didn't wash their dishes very often. What they like were a guest at this person's house, and I don't know if they were like spending the night because they were like from out of town or something, who knows what, but it seemed like they were there for a short extended amount of time, right? And so one
How
day
much is a short extended amount of time?
It's like spend the night, 2 nights. Maybe.
Okay, 2 nights
like
I would call
weekend,
short extended.
Right?
Yes.
3 nights could also be short extended.
Yes.
But so like they just decide to start cleaning because that's like who they were. They're just like, I'm just gonna be nice and start cleaning and help them out with their dishes and stuff like that. And the person saw them and was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm cleaning." He's like, "Well, I mean, we've only used those dishes once so far. We don't need to clean them right now." And he was just like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Yeah, I really only wash it like once a month, maybe, because I'm just doing the same things on top of it. I'm only eating off of it. Like it's not that big of a deal." And I was just like, no,
okay, have I put a sandwich on a plate and at the end I just like brush the crumbs off and leave it on the counter and use it for my next sandwich? Sure. I believe that's perfectly viable, but like any kind of a damp food, you got to get that fully washed.
Right.
Like, I will, like, at the office, like, when I'm done with my lunch, I will wash my dishes in the sink, go home, put them in the dishwasher, because I'm like, once was not enough. Like, if you're going to do a job, you got to do the whole dang job every time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's like you have to, if you're gonna use it again in a couple hours and it was only like a sandwich or something, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it was a little bit more, rinse it off. At least. But it's like don't leave it and reuse it for like an entire month or something.
These aren't jeans where you're like not supposed to wash them and you like break them in and you season your jeans like a cast iron skillet. Right. No. Anything that is not cast iron, I looped my metaphors around. You gotta wash it. You gotta do it.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, like they weren't trying to build up flavor or something like you would with the cast iron.
Finally, this tastes like 5 different kinds of pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's gonna make pizza number 6 amazing.
No, it was not good, and I was just like, oh my god, what are you doing? Leave that house.
No, this is why they had to go there. Like, I think the world needs people who will show up and do your dishes. This is the person my mother has always been. And this is now the person I have become. Like, now I go over to her house and I make sure every dish I put directly in the sink. If there's anything else in the sink, I am putting it in the dishwasher for them. Like, I don't know. This is something I've just found myself evolving into as I near the hellscape that is 30. I'm like, if you're going to be this old, you might as well, like, be good at living and, like, just make sure all your stuff is clean. Like, really clean. This makes me sound so boring and obsessive every time I bring it up, but this is sincerely my goal for 2020 is, like, just be real good at cleaning. Cooking and cleaning it's a good goal. Like, what I'm about.
It's a good goal because not many people actually learn how. Like, no one necessarily teaches you. They're just like, go do it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Melissa.
Yes.
Did you see this F9 trailer? Fast and Furious 9?
What's it called? F9? Like the Fast Saga? They're subtitling the movie an entire saga. Okay, so I was going to hold off on watching this because I am a big moviegoer. And so if there's a big trailer like this, I will just happen to see it like 6 times over the course of a couple months. I'm like, I don't need to watch it now. I'll just see it the next time I go to a movie. But then you wanted to talk about it, so I'm like, okay, I got to sit down.
Have to watch it.
Wait, this is a 4-minute trailer.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to start there. I've never seen a 4-minute trailer before.
It was a choice. So last week we kind of talked, like you haven't seen many of the Fast and Furious ones.
I have not seen any of them except for I had to watch the Hobbs and Shaw trailer many times last year via these movies. And I've had podcasts like and
describe
also
them.
also real living people who I do talk back to that aren't just LA comedians talking to me.
Wait, podcasters aren't real living people?
I just wanted to offer the distinction that I've had it described to me. I mean, I listened to some episodes of How Did This Get Made about it, but also my dad, my brother, somebody's told me about it verbally. Me personally, Melissa, you will learn of this. So I know of it, but no, I have never seen one. Oh, and I watched the ride through video of the Universal Studios ride. I've seen that much.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I've only seen the first 3. So I've seen up through Tokyo Drift, and then I just kind of fell off and then never really paid attention. And now I'm starting to get FOMO of just like, this is a franchise that has really come into its own in the most ridiculous way.
Yeah.
Like, it is its own like brand and genre. Almost like it is a vehicular action film, right?
Yes.
But I was watching the 12-hour kind of funny live stream that is still happening as we are recording this right now. They have been fundraising all month, and they did a 12-hour live stream at the start of the month and one at the end of the month. And one of the things they wanted to do is watch the live stream of the Fast and the Furious orchestral concert that is happening, that happened today. I don't know if it's actually orchestral, but it was some concert, some Fast and the Furious concert.
Hold on. I know the Tokyo Drift song, but other than that, is the Fast and Furious franchise known for like a signature score? Does it have its own composer like John Williams is to Star Wars?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure there is someone who they've had be a fairly consistent thing, but like this is kind of a thing. Like I know video game stuff does it, where they'll have concerts where they will play the music of the game or games while showing you clips of the game and stuff like that. It's like, wasn't it great that one time when you did this, right?
All your best Kingdom Hearts memories.
Yeah, exactly. And so
a chain of memories, you may say.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, so I guess we're doing that for Fast and the Furious, and we're planning on debuting the new trailer at that. So they were watching this, and it comes on, and I'm at work, so I'm like typing and like watching at the same time. And yeah, they watched this thing, and this trailer, this is wild.
There's a lot in it.
It's
so 4 minutes long,
but it looks so ridiculous.
Okay, so I don't know hardly anything. So Vin Diesel is married to Michelle Rodriguez.
Yes.
And they have a baby. And he gave her a necklace, and now she gives the Netflix...
she gives the Netflix to the kid.
You have your own profile now, son.
My son, I'm dying. In my will, I bequeath you my Netflix password.
She gives the child the necklace. And I've never seen this necklace before. I really hope it's magical. Like, legitimately magical. Like, that's the next turn I want this franchise to take, is like, magic amulet, you've got it.
So here's the thing. I wouldn't put that beyond them.
Right? Like, because Fast 10 just has a sorcerer in it.
Because, all right, so I liked a tweet that kind of makes a joke out of it. But one of the big things that was in this trailer is that Han is back. Han was is he the
guy who showed up at the very end?
Yeah.
Okay. So no. So this guy comes out at the end. Like,
that was a huge reveal. It was
Michelle Rodriguez just walks in with this guy who I've never seen before, and she's like, "Hey guys, look who's back!" And it's the final shot of the trailer, so I know this must be big, and I don't know why. And then the next thing, it's just like the title and date card, and it says Justice is coming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess that must be that guy's name. Is he
not
Justice?
So, all right. In Tokyo Drift, that character, his name is Han.
Yes.
He died in a car crash.
Sure.
In the movie.
And didn't she also, like, isn't it part of this franchise, part of the saga, that Michelle Rodriguez also died, but now she's back?
I don't know. Again, I've only seen the first 3. I don't know all the ins and outs of who knows what and what knows who and who's married to who and who's on whose payroll and stuff like that. I have no idea. But then
Coronas are the only constant.
Yeah. Then apparently in Fast 6, whatever that one was titled, it turns out that Luke Evans killed Han, they like retconned it so that it was like, oh, he didn't actually die in that car crash. And then in Fast 7, they apparently retconned it again to be like, no, it was actually Jason Statham shot him in the head. So they've retconned this character's death multiple times. And then, so I liked this tweet from at Miccielli, Miccaeli. I don't know, but it was like Tokyo Drift. Han died in a car crash. Fast 6. Actually, Luke Evans killed Han. Fast 7. Actually, Jason Statham shot him in the head. Fast 9. Actually, Han is not dead at all. Fast 11. Han is immortal. Fast 32. Han descends to godhood. I'm just like, yes, this is great.
In Fast 47, Han points a gun at the audience and shoots us, like the end of that silent film.
Right. So like so they've, and then in Hobbs and Shaw, like Idris Elba's character is like genetically enhanced somehow, I think.
He's
in that
Black
film.
Superman.
Again,
he told me several times.
Right. Yeah. So that on top of how the hell is Han back? We don't know, but everyone loved him and they wished that they did more with that character, and so the like hashtag was like justice for Han, right? And so this is totally them just complete fan service being like, justice is coming, here it is, here's Han, hell yeah, motherfuckers.
That is something I admire about this franchise, is that it seems like it and the audience are on the same level. Like they
know
all
exactly
want
what it is
things.
and how stupid it is and how ridiculous it is, and just they jump off of the cliff and then the plane comes and catches the car, and then the next one jump off and it gets hooked in on the thing and they start like Spider-Man swinging off. I was like, what? This is so stupid. This is so dumb, but I love it. I want to go see it.
And the plot of the film is that John Cena shows up as Vin Diesel's brother.
Yeah. And so we didn't know that Vin Diesel's character had a brother, and so him being like, it's his brother, we're all just like, oh my god. What?
And see, this means nothing to me. So I'm like,
Look, it means nothing to me too, because I've only seen the first 3. So there's like 5 of them, 6 of them that I still haven't seen yet. I haven't seen the majority of this, but I'm 100% back in, and I need to go watch them all, because this looks amazing.
I would also like to do this. Like, this is something like some years ago, I think it was maybe like 5 or 6, where it took the turn to, oh, this is a cartoon now. Like, I've been curious about these things, but I haven't sat down to like, now I will watch multiple films. But this year I gotta do it. Like, I gotta know what the heck is happening. And remember when we were so upset that we didn't get into Mission Impossible until after Fallout, and we're like, we could have gone to see Fallout in theaters.
That would have been an amazing movie to go see.
I don't want that to happen to me again.
Yeah. We should definitely figure out some way to talk about them, because that would be super fun.
Yeah.
Maybe. So help me brainstorm here.
Yes.
Okay. Right, like this, right?
Okay, we got to keep our hands up. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We should come up with some Patreon goals.
Yeah.
That if we reach a certain amount of, like, hey, if we reach $50 a month, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Who knows what that is. Because that's something I've wanted to do for a while.
Yeah.
You reminded me of that I think a week or
we should have
two
goals.
Ago. I mean, we have tiers on Patreon, and you guys can get certain things for being at different tiers, but we haven't ever done anything of like, hey, we're gonna do special episodes of the review show for all of the Fast and the Furious movies if we reach $50 a month.
Yeah.
Right? Like, maybe we should do something like that.
That would be nice.
And just like, if we get there, we will review them all and put them out, you know, for everyone for free. Because that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I'd like to offer the choice to our audience. Like, if we hit whatever dollar amount we think is appropriate, we'll go back and we'll do the next volume of something we've covered, like the next literal volume of a graphic novel, or like next season of a show, or of a audio drama, or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe we can make some kind of like Google document or something and have people vote.
Some kind of Google document, huh?
Yes, some kind of Google document.
I've never heard anyone.
I mean, they have like Google
I've
Forms
never heard
or
anyone
like
continue past doc all the way to Umint. Take the 310 to
doc
Umint.
all the way to Umint. Yeah, because I think on Twitter you can only do like 3 options of when you do a Twitter poll and stuff like that. So maybe we can do something like that. I also, I think we should either do something like, hey, we should like do a special episode of the review show or the reactor core, whatever it ends up being. Let's pick movies off of our list of shame that we haven't seen these.
This is something I've been wanting to do, because we're coming up on episode 100 and we're like, we got to do something big. What's it going to be? And I'm like, you and I should both make a list of what are these very obvious things like we have not watched yet, and like compare the list to see if there's something we both have in the middle.
Yeah. We're coming up on episode 100 for both this show and the review show.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to figure out what we want to do with that stuff. But I think something like that would be fun. But I don't want them all to just be like, we're going to do a special episode of the review show. Like, we need something else of like, we'll organize a D&D campaign and we'll have someone like be the dungeon master or game master or whatever, and then we'll all play whatever game it is. Who knows what?
Okay.
We should do something like that.
Yeah.
What else? What else can we do, though?
Heck. I do like the idea of doing
heck.
I do like the idea of like a one-shot tabletop RPG that we could do. I know D&D is like the big one that people grab for, but D&D is like,
I just mentioned that one because that's that style.
I like D&D. It's so crunchy and it's filled with like details and numbers and stats and things like that like is a lot to deal with if you don't play enough to like really remember and lock in your head and get the pattern down of how all that stuff works. Like, I've played D&D, but I've played it very sporadically. And every time I play it again, I'm like, you have to remind me what all this stuff is. I can't make it stick. There's too many numbers. So I like D&D, but I think for like something simple for a beginner, there's a whole world RPGs out there.
I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Waypoint Radio. Was it that or was it Giant Bomb? It might have been Giant Bomb because I think Austin Walker was DMing their annual like end of the year, let's do some tabletop game thing. And they played a game. I don't know what it was called, but it looked like it used a tarot deck And based on the cards you got, that was kind of like how the story progressed. Like each card represented a new thing, for lack of a better term. Each card was assigned like
it's time
a
for you
prompt.
Guys to meet all of your foes along the road. It's time for you to face off against the deadly 3 cups.
It's not that. It's like, oh, 3 cups. You have to face 3 cups. What do you do with these 3 cups? Oh my god, it's 3 whole fucking cups.
I briefly tried to learn the tarot deck when I was like 10 years old. All I remember are like a bunch of cups and swords.
I mean, this would be like the 3 cups represent something. So it would be like if you got the 3 cups card, it would be in your journey you discover an item of great significance. What is that item, and how does that change your perception about one of the characters?
Oh.
And like that's you would have to kind of create the story that way. We would all have to be like, oh, well, maybe we found this weird like cell phone from the early 2000s that still works, and it was like hidden underneath this rubble in this like sunken ship that has been there. How it still works, we don't know, but there's a text message on it from Melissa.
Huh.
And it says X, Y, and Z, right?
It says, hey, Pizza Hut, Domino's can't get me my pizza.
Yeah. So like it was stuff like that, and they would roll for certain things. I don't remember exactly what, but I liked that one. I liked that game that they did. I might have to go see if I can figure out what it was. Because I'm sure we could, if that's all you need is like a tarot deck and some dice, I feel like we could find that stuff online.
That's stuff my brother has.
Yeah, that too. But we're also not in the same location, so we need stuff
true.
that
like we couldn't just keep like, all right, Kyle, just pick one of these. We just hold them up and we make you choose like over the internet.
Yeah. So maybe we can do something like that. I think that'd be fun. And because this is like, I've been wanting to do some kind of tabletop something here at the Whatnauts. Not necessarily an ongoing podcast, but just like it'd be fun because I know you've done them sometimes, and that's not something I've ever done, which is why for our next Captain's Log Patreon exclusive episode, I wanted us to roll D&D characters. I was like, maybe these can be characters that we somehow utilize down the road or something else. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, but you also did that like Star Wars tabletop RPG thing.
We're still up to it. Yeah.
Oh, how's that been?
We haven't played in a little while, but we are going shopping soon. I'm going to buy a tent, I think. Jam sent us the list of things we could buy. I've decided that my droid character, not a warrior, not a brawler, not a fighter. It doesn't want to buy weapons, but is only going to buy like, I'll take net, I'll take tent, I'll take...
Is he more of a trapper or a Boy Scout of just like, I am a Swiss Army knife. I'm a walking Swiss Army knife. I have a net.
Oh, he's a Boy Scout for sure. He's just a tourist kind of wandering around that got caught up with some like bounty hunter types.
I don't even know why I'm here, but I have that net that you needed.
This is my go-to with every like fight we get into. I'm like, well, I can shoot a net out of my arm, guys. If we need anything caught in a net, you just come to D23.
Yeah, exactly. Owen Wilson is supposedly being cast in the MCU, he's supposedly going to be playing a major character in the Disney Plus Loki show. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this?
So we were theorizing about this earlier, and I threw out, like, finally, like, lots of names have been thrown out for Adam Warlock. This one I like. I like Owen Wilson as Adam Warlock. And you threw out Balder, who's a character I don't even know.
Balder
who's like
the Brave.
Another brother that Thor and Loki have? Like, how,
Thor and Loki's younger brother. Let me actually look him up on Wikipedia. Balder, Marvel Comics. Doop-a-doop.
So is he also like Thor? It's Odin and is their mom Frigga?
Freya. The character is based on the deity Balder from Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Balder first appears in Journey into Mystery number 85. From 1962, one of the Norse gods of Asgard. Balder is the half-brother of the thunder god Thor, companion to the Warriors Three, and a loyal follower and son of Odin, ruler of the gods. Balder has aided Thor, many foes, blah, 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 blah. Balder is beloved by most whom know him, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. Like the mythological version, the Marvel version of Balder is the catalyst that will trigger Ragnarok and end Asgard.
Well, we did that already.
We did, but we also know that this Loki show is like a time traveling show.
Okay.
We don't know. We don't know how it all got started exactly, but Ragnarok happened, and we haven't seen Balder yet. So
I have a theory.
It's him. Okay.
So we know that this follows the Loki that stole the time cube in the alternate Avengers 2012 timeline that we developed in Endgame. This is not a reformed Loki. This is still your rough and tumble bad boy Loki. And he's just going to be traveling through time and space. Sure. He's just traveling through time and space, and he's causing mischief. What if he still finds redemption? He still develops like a sense of, should I really be doing this? Like he learns to reform himself.
I think that's going to be what it is.
And what if he hears this little voice inside his head? He hears his conscience, his own Jiminy Cricket, reminded him to do good, and it's Owen Wilson.
Wow, Loki, you're really doing some messed up stuff there. Wow.
Wouldn't you absolutely listen to your conscience, your little shoulder angel, time after time? If it was Owen Wilson.
Wow, you did that? Really? That's what you want to do? Wow. That'd be terrible. But like,
no, it'd be great. You could he should have the shoulder angel and the shoulder devil, and then you get Luke Wilson in here.
Oh my God.
Wilsons.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great. Does Norse mythology have shoulder angels? What religion is that actually tied to? Is that Christianity, or is it just?
I don't know.
Where did shoulder angels originate? Where did shoulder angels?
I don't remember a time when I didn't know this trope. I don't know where it comes from. Mm-hmm. There's Emperor's New Groove. I believe that's the pinnacle of the trope, but I don't know where
I thought
in our
you liked my cream puffs.
I don't know, like, where in our culture this comes
I can do this.
From.
Ha. Ha.
You got to admit that is pretty cool.
Let's see. The shoulder angel is a plot device used for dramatic and/or humorous effect in fiction, mainly in animation and comic book strips. The angel represents the conscious and is accompanied by a shoulder devil representing temptation. Let's see, iconography. The angel often uses the iconography of a traditional angel, blah, 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 blah. Origins. Here we go. The non-canonical early Christian book. There you go.
What?
Sayings like that are always fucking amazing.
The non-canonical early Christian book.
Yeah. The EU, the extended universe, the
this is
Christian
Bible
extended
legends.
universe. Let's see, the non-canonical early Christian book, The Shepherd of Hermas, of around AD 140 to 150, has a reference to the idea of two angels. There are two angels with a man, one of righteousness and the other of iniquity.
Yes.
These angels in turn descend into a person's heart and attempt to guide a person's emotions. Hermas is told to understand both angels, but only trust the angel of righteousness. Concept is similar to blah, 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 blah. There you go. Thanks, Hermas. So, I guess we learned something there. I don't know where that went, but there we go. The more you know.
I'm just, you know the Night at the Museum franchise of films.
Yes.
Also a saga unto itself, where it's just
Yes.
tiny Owen Wilson cowboy, and he just like rides around in Ben Stiller's pocket.
Yeah.
I just want that again. But it's Loki, and he doesn't have to be dressed like a cowboy this time. He can be wearing like an angelic white suit, like Audrey Hepburn in Always.
I'm sure he would have on some kind of like Norse getup.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like
Owen
that.
Wilson as a Norse god. But yeah, so I'm thinking Balder.
Okay.
Because of the blonde hair, that would fit in with Thor, but
sure.
He's also not like big and buff, so it's like Balder was kind of the younger brother who was like baby the whole time. That's how I've always seen him in the comics, that he's just like he's the one that like sits at home and writes poems and stuff like that, right? You know.
I would also be on board for this narrative, just absolutely convinced, like, no, Owen Wilson is younger than Chris Hemsworth. We all know this. We all believe this. This is absolute truth. Look at him. He's a baby.
Right? I mean, they can make it. Well, they have that de-aging technology. But you were thinking Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
So what about it made you think Adam Warlock?
Okay.
Is he set to be in
Oh,
Loki?
I don't
Have
know.
we heard that? I don't know.
You know everything I know about Adam Warlock, which is that we read Infinity Gauntlet once. And so here comes Adam Warlock, and he's got the hair. He's got like that kind of long, luxurious blonde hair. And he's just sort of like a good guy. So I look at Owen Wilson. I'm like, you could do that. You've got the same hair. That's all you dang need. Oh, and like in the comic we read, Adam Warlock, he's kind of like, I don't know, like a piece of toast. Like he's a good guy, but in like a real bland way. Don't got much personality to him. Just there to help people. But now
kind
they can
of person that if you ate him off of a plate, you wouldn't have to wash it afterwards.
No, yeah, of course not. He doesn't have like soap-worthy personality.
You're not going to be building up flavor with that one.
No, there's no flavor in that Warlock. But now you got this Wilson Warlock. He's so charming. He's so affable. He's got this kind of shiny, bright-eyed do-gooder effect to him. He's just like, hey, man, I'm just coming out here from my home in the Soul Stone.
And let me tell you, wow.
Wow.
I mean, who knows? At this point, we don't know who he's gonna be, and it very well could be that Loki runs into Adam Warlock sometime in the past before the events that we see Adam Warlock's cocoon in the Collector's stuff in Guardians, which he is. He's more like cosmic Marvel, like Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. So that's where I would expect him to show up. Yes. But at this point, everyone already knows that it's all just one big.
It's all there in the stew. It's all a gumbo.
Yeah.
What if he's playing just himself? Like it's Owen Wilson as Owen Wilson.
Yeah, like that scene where they have to like take selfies with the people on the street. You remember that part when it's Thor? Yeah. It's like that, but Owen Wilson be like, "Wow, it's Thor and Loki." Wow, can I get an autograph?
He's just a fan. He just saw Loki on TV and liked him.
Yeah, he seems like a really good guy. Wow,
that's a guy I could have a beer with.
Yes,
the possibilities are endless. He's such a versatile actor.
It's great. Oh man, so I don't think we mentioned it last week, but also the Falcon and Winter Soldier show got pushed up.
Yes,
it's now coming sooner. I forget when they said.
Wait, when? Because is that still the fall. First one we're getting, or is WandaVision now the first one we're getting?
Oh, I don't remember anymore.
Because I know WandaVision just got pushed up. I thought that was the new first one.
Marvel. Disney Plus release dates. I type so slow because I'm a terrible typer.
Home row, Kyle. Home row.
What's that? What's home row?
Well, it's where you put your fingers. You put your two.
I do that.
You put your two pointies on F and J. And then the rest of your fingers go out from there, and then no matter where they go, they can always come home.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's see. So here's something about WandaVision as of January 21st. So WandaVision is also coming earlier. Changed to 2020 with the series set to arrive earlier than expected at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Blah, 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 which includes blah, blah, blah. They don't give an exact date in this? I don't know.
We'll get there.
Whatever. Yeah, so I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is now August? I don't know. I could be wrong.
August is promising.
Yeah. Did you see my other message in the Slack channel about this casting? You were like, I had no idea that Thor had a brother. I was like, technically they also have a sister too.
Well, yeah, I know Cate Blanchett, but is there another one?
So that she played Hela, which is, I think more of did they make her a sister in the film? I don't remember.
Yeah, yes. She's so like Odin's oldest.
So I think in the comics, she's not a sister.
She's just an annoying neighbor that comes over all the time, eats their food.
Right. Let me see. How the Asgardian goddess of death, blah blah blah. How the character has been a frequent of Thor's, blah 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 blah. Fictional character biography. She is the child of Loki.
The child.
And
what?
Albeit a different incarnation, who died during a previous Asgardian Ragnarok, and the giantess Angrboda, When she came of age, Odin appointed her as the goddess of the dead. So yeah, like I mean I guess the whole thing with the like Norse mythology and Ragnarok is that it's a cycle. It happens over and over again. So she is Loki's kid from a previous incarnation in the comics. If that makes sense.
Okay.
In the film, they made her a sister, I guess, which I totally forgot. No, Angela is their sister.
They've got a sister with just a normal human name? Like she's that one normal girl in the Munsters?
So here,
it's just Angela. You know, she works as a dental tech. She loves dog walking and surfing. Angela.
So this character actually has a wild history. I'll get to that in a sec.
Okay.
Let me see here. If you guys haven't gone to our website, thewhatnauts.com, you guys can see a list of all of our podcasts, including the Whatnauts podcast, which was the very, very first podcast that we created here at the Whatnauts. It was me and Paul. It's basically what we do at the review show, where we picked where is this stuff? Go home. Where is the... Did I take the search bar out? Oh, that's right. I did take the search bar out because it was being stupid.
You only have yourself to blame. What are you looking for?
Paul and I covered Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2 by Brian Michael Bendis on an episode of the Whatnauts podcast.
Okay.
I don't remember what number it is.
I'll find it.
If you can, that would be wonderful. But so she makes her first appearance in that comic, but I had to explain the history of that character to Paul, because I was like, Paul, you wouldn't know this having only read this book, because they don't explain it in this book. But Angela is a fictional
it's episode 64.
Episode 64 of the Whatnauts podcast. Go check it out. Angela, this is according to Wikipedia, is a fictional superhero created by Neil Gaiman and artist Todd McFarlane.
Oh boy!
She first appeared as a supporting antagonist in McFarlane's creator-owned series Spawn, making her debut in issue 9 in March of 1993, and later starting her own self-titled mini-series. She is an angel and a bounty hunter, working under the auspices of heaven to oppose Spawn. Now, Melissa, does any of this sound strange to you?
Okay. Todd McFarlane, he makes a Spawn. I don't really know what Spawn does. Is Spawn like a Swamp Thing? What is Spawn? It doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter. We can discuss Spawn later. So within Spawn, an angel who is also a bounty hunter, heaven sends her down like, get rid of Spawn. Todd McFarlane includes this lady. Later, Todd McFarlane's working on a book with Neil Gaiman, and Neil Gaiman's like, "That you remember that one lady that one time? Bring her back. I want to play with her." And then
the character was created by Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
It was in Spawn. Spawn is not published by Marvel Comics.
Not remotely.
It's published by Image Comics.
Yes.
So Angela isn't even a Marvel character originally. So again, according to Wikipedia, Angela was later the suspect, was the subject of a legal battle between McFarlane and Gaiman over the rights to the character, which Gaiman won. Gaiman later sold the rights to Marvel Comics. She was integrated into the Marvel universe in the 2013 story Age of Ultron, and her character was expanded upon in the 2014 storyline Original Sin, where she was established to be the long-lost sister of Thor. Asgard has 9 realms.
Okay.
Melissa.
Okay.
There's Muspelheim, Niflheim, all of them.
Whiskey
right?
drink, vodka drink.
Yeah. She drinks a whiskey drink, she drinks a vodka drink. She drinks a Muspelheim, she drinks a Niflheim. But in this story, Original Sin, all right, so back up. In Age of Ultron, Wolverine, long story short, is like, Ultron is a bad motherfucker. We need to go in the past and kill Hank Pym, the guy that created Ultron. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I know none of you guys want me to do that, but I'm gonna do it. So Wolverine goes in the past. He kills Hank Pym, and things go wrong. And so he's like, shit, well, I guess we need to undo all of that stuff. So they try to undo it all, but in this like ripple effect of them fucking with the timeline, at that exact moment, Angela appears out in space, right in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're just out in space, and then like there she is. She just happens to be in continuity now, and they're like, who are you, what are you? And she's like, where am I have no idea where this is, what is happening. And then in the story Original Sin, we learn that there was in fact actually a 10th realm named Heaven, and in a war between Asgard and Heaven, Odin was like, fuck you all, I don't like you guys, I'm gonna banish the 10th realm. But what Odin didn't know is that some of the angels had kidnapped his daughter and brought her back. So when he banished that realm, he accidentally banished his own daughter. And like there was no way for her to like get back and all of this stuff. So that's how they like retconned her into the Marvel universe. But yeah, she was not originally a Marvel character.
And my parents act like it's so confusing when I'm just trying to explain like why there have been so many Spider-Man movies. And then I don't even read the dang comics. So you spring this on us. I'm like, this is why I don't. Like, I can't handle all of that. Movies are plenty. I read Infinity Gauntlet once and I'm good.
Yeah, I learned, I guess I didn't learn. I've known this for a long time. I like communicating.
That's just such a mighty statement. I've known this for a long time.
So I've known this for a very long time, Melissa.
Like you just looked up into the stars real hard one night when you're like 13 and you saw too deep into them and they're like, Kyle, my boy, we're going to give you some real heavy knowledge right now. It's just like this lore you carry around.
And so Neil Gaiman had this big legal battle with so I've known for a long time now that I like communicating with people through stories. Like I like finding out what stories they like, what their favorite stuff is. I like sharing my favorites with people. And I again, this is something I've known, but something that has become more clear. Like I really like trying to teach people really complicated, useless lore. Like, let me just tell you about Crisis on Infinite Earths and explain how it works and stuff like that. I enjoy that. It's so much fun. But I wanted to ask you if you've ever had something like that, or have had a series of movies or books or something that you've shared with someone else, or someone has shared with you, and then somewhere along the line, you or them have just had this light bulb moment of just like, I get it. I see why this is so good. And you're just like, yes, they like it too. Yeah.
This is every time I find somebody else who's really into Lost, or I tell somebody like, I really loved Lost. I wish more people would watch it. And then I
love Lost too.
Yes, exactly. I have had friends pick it up and love it. And I'm like, thank goodness. And we always have this thing we can go back to. Right. Like we have this constant.
Yeah, we do have a constant, no pun intended. And it's like a secret cult.
Yes.
Lost, though. It's like, oh, you thought the ending was fine, too? Wasn't the best, but like, yeah, exactly. It worked. It wasn't the best, but it worked. That's not what the show is about, though. just there's other things. The show got in its own way. I understand that, but it was still really good. Like, we loved it. It's my favorite.
This is what bonds us. Like, if you like the Lost finale, you don't have to love it. Even if you just like it and you find somebody else that also likes it, you are bonded for life.
That's why I knew you would be a good fit for the Whatnauts. You mentioned that, and I was just like, yep, sold. I'm a Lost fan.
I'm hired.
You're hired. But yeah, like, so has there been anything besides Lost that stands out to you of like, I'm a really big, or like when we watched Metropolis or something, you were like, Kyle, you stumbled upon a Wilkinson family favorite. And then I was like, I really like this. And you were just like, yes.
Yeah. Last year, okay. So my friend Jack was like, do you want to watch all the Night at the Museum movies again? And I said, sure. So last year we got very into the Night at the Museum movies.
Yes. I think I knew someone whose younger sister was an extra in one of those films. So, I'm almost famous, right?
So thanks to this, and also thanks to last year, you pitched this, and I didn't end up picking it for this week, but Jack was listening when you brought up Mr. Robot, and she's like, I should watch Mr. Robot. And which also has Rami Malek in it. So two things with Rami Malek in it. And then we find out, he becomes a fave. So then we find out he's going to be the villain in this next James Bond movie. And Jack's like, well, now I got to watch these James Bond movies, these new Daniel Craig ones. I've never seen him, so I can get caught up and I can see what's happening because we got to go see our boy on the screen. So I really enjoy the Daniel Craig James Bonds.
Sure.
So I showed her all of those last year. And now I'm like, you also get it. Yes. Somebody else speaks this weird language I do. Right.
Yeah. So I've been playing some video games with my partner, and we played through The Last of Us, and she really liked that one. But that was when I was like, look, this is maybe one of the best stories in video games. It's probably not the best one to start out with because it's really violent. It's really intense. But it's like, let me at least show you how good they can be. And then we'll go back and do some stuff. And she liked that one. But we've been playing through Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Which back on an older episode of the Captain's Log, you asked me who my favorite OTP is. And I was like, Max and Chloe from Life is Strange. But she's gotten hooked on that one now. And we've played 2 episodes out of 5. And she has mentioned to me on multiple times of just like, I need to find out what happens. Like, I need answers, Kyle. Like, help me out with this. Come on, let's play it again. And I'm just like, yes, it's so good. I love it.
That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a good feeling. Oh, like,
nice.
Yes, I've converted them.
Or like if you have this thing you're always recommending to people and like nobody actually takes you up on it, and then finally like somebody does like watch or read or listen to the thing, and I'm like, at last somebody listened to me.
Yeah, and it's like, especially if it's something you really, really love, you also don't want to oversell it.
Yeah.
Right? Of being like, oh, it's the best thing ever. It's amazing. It's great. You'll love it. And they're just like, yeah, it was okay. Yes. And it's like, no, you don't understand though. Just watch it again. Look at this one scene, you know.
Or like it's the opposite thing. Fine. Like it is the weirdest feeling to like something, but somebody else you're around loves that thing.
Yeah. Or it's like, it was all right. I liked it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why you love it. Like, it's
or
not
like,
that good.
You wish you could. I'm like, no, like I didn't have any problems with it. It just didn't like nestle its way into my heart. But it seems like that happened for you, and I can't replicate that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But that's been fun. That's been exciting. I just wanted to ask if you could think of some moments like that, because I remember showing Lost to Paul, and he had seen most of season 1, I think. I think he had maybe seen some of season 2, but he fell off of it, and it was just one of the things he never kept watching. He knew that I liked it, and when we would argue all the time, that would somehow come up from time to time of just like, dude, trust me, it's a great show. You need to sit down and just watch it. And it's like, I was like, I promise you, I can make you like this show. Aww. He was like, no. He was like, never. And I was like, all right, we're doing it right now. And he was just like, all right, fine. But he was like, can we at least skip season 1? Because I've seen that. And I was like, all right, sure, fine. We'll start with season 2. And we started there. I think I gave him like a recap of like, this is the important things you need to know. All of that stuff. But then I don't remember where in the show, but one night we were at our apartment watching it, and it was like 2 a.m. We'd gotten done watching it. We both had class the next day, and he was just like, one more disc? And I was like, yeah, one more disc. And I was like, yes, I got him. Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah.
These are true, like, rarest feelings. This is what Hallmark, like, should sell greeting cards for, or like a precious moments. These are the most precious moments.
Yeah. Welcome to the family. You now like Lost.
Just a cute precious moments figurine of like 2 people sitting on a couch, and one person's like waving their arms like, see, and the other person's like, yeah, sitting in front of a TV made out of cherubic ceramic. Put it in a curio cabinet.
Yeah. In Paul's defense, I wasn't the only one that like showed him stuff. He also showed me stuff. We mentioned this multiple times on older episodes of the Whatnauts podcast, and I think once or twice on like the very, very early episodes of the Captain's Log. I remember, for those of you guys who don't know, Paul is the co-creator with me of the Whatnauts here. He's no longer podcasting with us, but there was one night, he was my college roommate, and there was one night, I think I woke up or had just gotten done with some homework or something, and again, it was like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and I come out into our living room, and he is in nothing but his boxers, and he's sitting in front of the TV, cross-legged, with just like a box of cereal and like something else, sitting Indian style, maybe like 4 feet away from the TV, watching Battlestar Galactica. Just being a complete slob. And he just like looks at me and is just like...
Was the cereal wet or dry?
The spoon was wet.
Okay, all right. That's a little classier than dry cereal.
Yeah, but like he was just like... He hadn't slept in a long time. He had been there for a long time. Like it was just like, what are you doing, Paul? And he was just like, watching Battlestar Galactica. I was like, Paul, this is your life. This is where you are in your life right now, watching Battlestar Galactica at 3 a.m. and nothing but your boxers eating cereal.
And he's like, you can't tell me how to live my life. I'm in charge of myself. So say we, Paul.
Yeah. So say we, Paul. But then like down the road, one of my exes, that was her favorite show, and I was like, all right, I guess I need to watch this show. And now I really like that show. Battlestar Galactica is fantastic. I love it. That's
one I have not gotten to yet, but I know I will. I know it's impending. I was having a conversation with a friend about this because I really like the X-Files and I've seen a handful of episodes of Buffy. And he really likes Buffy and has seen a handful of episodes of X-Files. So we like cover each other on this knowledge. Right. Like each one of us like recognizes some bit part character actor from the 90s from one of those two. If he doesn't get it, I'll get it. And the other way around. And I'm telling him like, I like everything I've seen of Buffy. Like, I'm sure I would like it if I sat down and I watched it, but I'm kind of saving it for like a time in my life that's like not necessarily bad, but maybe just dull. And like, I just want to invest myself in something that I'm guaranteed to get into. And he's like, yeah, you know, you have stuff you save for the rainy day. I think X-Files is a show I'm saving for a rainy year.
Yeah. Or like when you get like a really bad cold and you have to stay home for an entire week. And it's just like, I'm just going to watch all of Buffy.
Yeah, now. You know, like I save it for the future. It's like, well, what if I'm like 35 years old and all my friends have moved away and I haven't made new friends yet? I guess I'll watch Buffy.
Right.
Buffy will be there for me.
Yeah, exactly. So before we get going here, Melissa, I wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
We did a video game fantasy draft league on Crossplay this past week. Where Ignacio, Mick, and I, from a pool of the from the games that are supposedly coming out in 2020, we picked 5 of them. We each picked 5 to be on our roster, and we're gonna be tracking it through the entire year to see what the reviews are, and we get points based off of the reviews and stuff like that.
You trade the points in for pizzas.
We made a pizza bet of like whoever won would get a pizza. And I'm wondering if you think it'd be fun if we did a fantasy like box office movie draft for 2020. We would have to do it like next week here on the show. Yeah. We'd have to do it right now. But would that be something you're interested in doing? Of like, let's take turns picking what movies we think are gonna do best in 2020, and like we'll get certain number of points or something if they get a score higher than something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Would that be fun? Yes, no?
This does sound fun. There's a podcast I listened to that did something like this. On the Jeff Rubin show, him and his best friend Pat, like at the end of every summer, they do a big episode looking back on all of the movies of that summer. And last year, or like the year before, they turned it into this game where like at the beginning of the year, they looked at the roster of like all the movies coming out in the summer.
Yeah.
And they're like, we are going to guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score is going to be. And then at the end of the year, we're going to look at like, and it's like, if you're within 5% in either direction, we call that a win. And it's like, we're just going to see at the end of the year who like got the most like correct enough guesses. And if you lose, you have to go watch the worst reviewed movie of the summer sober.
Okay. Would you rather do that? Because I'd be fine with that, of like us looking at all the movies coming out and then trying to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score. That would be fine too.
Oh, I think that sounds fun to me.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I'd be down to try it this other way where there's like a points assignment, but I'm like, why overcomplicate it if we've got an easier method here?
That works. That works. So maybe next week then. That's one of the things we can do. Get our draft. I had a crazy idea in my head, though.
What?
Just now. What if we have to try our best to go see all of the movies on our own list?
I don't want to write a check that I literally can't cash later this year. I'm not destitute.
What if we lose money on all of this?
But like,
right?
No, but like if I agree, let's say I pick 10 movies, the tickets are approximately $10 each. I would probably go see most of those anyway. But if there's a couple that I would wait to rent, that's $30 I would be obliged to spend this year.
We don't have that. We don't have to. That was just a wild idea that I had. But I'm excited nonetheless. I don't know why. I was just like, I wonder, we should do this for movies.
Yes.
I wonder if Melissa would be down for that. And then
absolutely.
That can be like a yearly tradition that we do at the end of the last episode of the Captain's Log for the year. We can then like review who won and all of that stuff.
Or we could do something where we pick like what we think like the 10 biggest movies of the year are going to be, and we like rank them in terms of how big we think they're going to be, and then compare our rankings at the end of the year to see how accurate they are. Like say like I think
like how much money?
Yeah, or like I think Black Widow is going to make more money than Eternals, and you say the opposite, and and it'll be a whole list of 10. So it's like, well, I think Black Widow will make the most, and then we have Eternals, and then we have Venom 2 or something, and then at the end of the year we compare our like rankings to see like how accurate was this.
Okay,
and it's just about how if something did better or worse than something else. Like it's all relative to each other. I think that sounds fun.
Maybe we can do a little bit of both. We can. We'll during this next week, we'll come up with a list of all the movies coming out in 2020. I guess through December. Well, at least through November. I don't know when in December will be our last episode.
Heck yeah.
Exactly yet. So we'll probably make it through the first week of December. We'll see. But then we'll just keep doing that every time, and then our first episode back on the review show of every year we can do the predictions and stuff like that. But we'll pick from those lists and see if we can find what we think the Rotten Tomatoes score will be, and then maybe we can also make like 3 or 4 predictions of of like, I think Venom 2 is gonna make over this amount of money and going to be bigger than that new James Spader movie. I don't know.
Is this a real film, or did you just name any man?
I named any man. Yeah. Cool. We'll figure out the
out there dying
details.
for their hot new Spader projects.
Right?
America's hottest star.
Anyways, I think that about wraps us up for this week on the Captain's Log. Go check out our website, thewhatnauts.com, where you guys can find all of our shows, our podcasts, more information, all sorts of cool stuff. Patreon.com/thewhatnauts is where you can support us if you like what we do here. If you want to toss us some money to help keep the lights on, keep the mics on, that would help us out greatly. And like we kind of discussed on this, hopefully in the near future, we'll have some like goals of like, hey, if we reach our $50 a month goal, we'll do something. I don't know what, but we'll do it.
It sure will.
Right now we are $1 away from reaching our first goal on Patreon, which is only $15 a month. So again, if you like what we do, it could help us out a ton. But you guys can get episodes early if you support us on Patreon. You guys can get access to live streams of the review show. You guys get exclusive content at the $3 tier. And we want to give a big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier. So thank you, Sam, and thank you, Christine, for helping us out. We love all of our Patreon supporters, but an extra shout out for you guys. Melissa, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. Go look at that cake I was trying to describe earlier so you can actually get something out of this.
Exactly. I'm at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter and Instagram. If you guys want to stay up to date with our show, we are at The Whatnauts on Twitter. I guess with all of our shows, you can stay up to date with those there. Go like, share, subscribe, sub to us on YouTube. I think we passed 40 something. I think we're at like 43 or 44. Or no, we passed 50. I think we're at like 53 or 54.
Pretty good.
So if we can get to 60, hell yeah.
Tell
a friend to subscribe to us. Take your mom's phone, subscribe her to it. Make her a YouTube account and subscribe her to us.
Just tell her we're her new godchildren and she has to watch over us.
But I cuss like a sailor, so she'll have to get used to that. Okay, let's get out of here. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out our podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have an idea for us as a Patreon reward goal kind of thing, like, hey, if we reach the $50 mark, we can do this thing, let us know in the comments below. That would help us out a ton because we are brainstorming right now. In the meantime, go subscribe to our channel right up here in this corner and go watch one of the other videos right down there. That would help us out a ton. We got a whole bunch of other podcasts for you to check out, and we hope you enjoy those ones too. Till then, bye.